Sobriety isn't just about quitting. It's about staying strong when life throws challenges your way. Have you ever felt like giving up? Let's talk about it. See, we gotta learn to deal with triggers, stress, loneliness, past regrets, things that happened to us in the past, or we may have put ourselves through, or like I said, it happened to us, and we don't know how to deal with those things. And drinking and drugging was once that way how we dealt with it. So ultimately, that was our coping skill. But unfortunately, it was an unhealthy coping skill that led us down the path that we're on. So now we got to develop coping skills and strategies that give us that same good feeling that drugs and alcohol once did. Now, in the beginning, it's not going to feel like you can find something that's going to give you that. But as you give yourself time to grow in your recovery, you'll be able to, how can I say, grow and understand the feeling that you're trying to get, and the one once you was getting from drugs, and the feeling that you're getting now from your new activity is just as good, if not better. Sobriety is the best thing I could have done for myself. The highest level of self care for an addict is sobriety. There's no higher level of self care than that. And we tempt to try different ways, because I'll be the first one to say that I try to flip it and turn it any which way to keep alcohol in my life, or even in drugs, because that's a part of my story as well. But it just wouldn't work. Once I put it in my body, all bets was off. It was the same outcome almost every time. I would drink and I'd go to jail. And all in between, all type of crazy different stuff. See, one thing I knew about addiction and the lifestyle I was living, that alcohol and drugs is a slow death for the most part. But the life we're living, the people we hang around with, the people we may be stealing from, or just that type of criminal lifestyle, I knew that was going to get me first. I knew that for a fact. And not so dying in the streets wasn't something I was going to put my life. I wanted to put my life towards anymore. I took enough chances, and I believe you have as well. Now, let's identify some common triggers: stress, boredom, certain people. Now, I always believe that boredom is a choice, because there's always something to do. But the fact that I probably can't do what I want to do, like go get drunk, get high, go hang out at the club, or them type of things, I can't do that no more because I'm living a life of recovery. I'm bored. But there's always ways to build to grow as far as knowledge or anything outside of addiction. But unfortunately, we circled our life around addiction, so we don't know nothing else outside of that. So stepping out the box is a good thing. I remember the first time I danced sober. Oh my God. It was a whole different feeling, because I'm a recovered alcoholic. So, and I've been drinking since I was 19. So dancing sober, what? It was just something that was different for me. But once I kept doing it, now going to sober events are fun. I'm actually able to go to events that people may be drinking. It doesn't bother me as much as it did in the beginning. But that's something I speak about later on down the line. Let's continue to focus on the first year, the things I did, the first 6 months, the things I did. One main thing was even family, because my family, anything like yours or yours like mine, excuse me, they like to drink. There's two ice chests at parties. There's one for the kids and there's one for the adults. And how you know which one has the alcohol in it? Because somebody's sitting on it. But that's just, neither here or there. But so I had to stay away from family, because we had that, especially me and my little sister, we had that connection where when I walk in, it's, hey, bro, what's up? Let's take some shots, or things like that. Even though I'm sober, she won't say that. But if I watch her do it, that'll trigger me. So let me not be the party pooper or anything like that by coming around and then, oh, y'all should need to stop doing that, or put it up so I can be here. Once again, I'm the one with the problem. Let me fix myself. So I stayed away the whole first year. I'm talking about, all holidays, all birthdays, all events for the most part. I stayed away unless it was something pertaining to family, because somebody may have passed or something like that I'm around, of course. But that's one thing I did for myself that helped me in the beginning as far as growing in my sobriety. I was like, that's one. Once again, that's influence. I talk about that a lot because I believe influence plays a heavy part. See, we'll do things, men and women, who you may have done something I'm about to say, that we'll get ourselves together, we'll be doing great, and then we'll go back to that ex. See, one thing about relationships, and this is something that I touch on relationships too because it's a part of addiction. Unfortunately, we had unhealthy relationships, and that could be family, friends, or personal. I'm gonna touch on personal. Once you put yourself together and get yourself in a good spot, you don't go back to that ex because it takes for a relationship to change. It takes two. One person changed, the other one hasn't. Most likely, you're gonna go right back to what it was before, because relationships are a partner, and one can be moving this way and one moving that way, and then y'all put it together. It's not gonna work that way. So you want to stay away from old friends or relationships, anybody from the past. It's only one thing you got to change. That's everything. So we talked about changing our environment. Let's say shift your mindset. Hard days. Instead of I can't drink, say I don't drink because I'm building a better me. Um, um, I'm not going to drink today because I want to reach my full potential. Keep that at the forefront of motivation as far as self. See, I'm doing it for myself, but there are motivators that keep me on that path. Children, family, husband, wife, whatever your loved ones, they keep you on that path. Now think about the career you want to have. And I'm sure it has anything to do with like working or college building, going to school, whatever, something like that. It's not the career of addiction. See, when I was a kid, I didn't raise my hand and say, hey, I want to be an addict when I grow up. They understand it. But unfortunately, I went down that path. So if there's anything that you want to change, about yourself, it's the mindset need to change, because ultimately that's what's bringing us back to it. See, if alcohol and drugs was sitting right in front of me, when does it bother me? When I see it, when I smell it, when I drink it. Ultimately, for some of us in the beginning, maybe even when I see it, but that's not reality. You're probably going to see alcohol when you're in your recovery. You're probably going to smell it. But as long as you don't drink alcohol, alcohol won't drink you. Think about that. So the drink takes, I take a drink, the drink takes a drink, then the drink takes me. Every time it has to feel like that for us alcoholics and even addicts, because sometimes if you was addicted to, let's say, heroin, meth, a different substance, you might be like, I never had a problem with alcohol. So you might, you'll be sober a little while. I'll drink a beer because I never had a problem with it. See, what the alcohol is going to do is give you the courage, liquid courage, to go get that meth, that opiate, or whatever else you would like to do. So you want to stay away from all substances, but if you want to be, I'll call it California sober because, I'm in California. But you want to smoke your little weed and, you stay away from meth and your life get better. Who am I to say that you shouldn't do that? It just wouldn't work for me. I'm one of the people that get very paranoid when I smoke marijuana. I got to stay away from that stuff. None of that stuff. So the hardest days aren't meant to be handled alone. Call someone who understands. Call your sponsor, your life coach, whoever supports your sobriety. And one thing I want to say, sober support don't necessarily mean they have to be sober themselves. Now, you're not calling an addict or alcoholic. I'm not saying that. But my sister supports my sobriety, but she drinks responsibly. So let's say me and my sister goes out to have lunch or something like that. She doesn't need the drink to eat. We can go out, eat, talk. She'll go home later on when she's with her family doing her own thing, drink her little wine. Cool. That's still sober support. Somebody that's supporting me. Call somebody. The phone is sometimes the heaviest object when it comes to us wanting to get high, drunk, or do something that's negative for our lives. So please call someone. And just know you're stronger than your struggles. Keep going one day at a time. It is possible to live a life amongst your wildest dreams. Because today, as a man that sits in front of you with a little bit over 5 years sobriety, I have achieved that. And I want you to achieve the same thing. So please comment, like, subscribe. Please give me some questions for it. Give me some questions about what's going on in your life. I want to help as many people as possible. Any question at all about any addiction. I'm just really here to help. Once again, this is Breaking Chains with Ava, and we're gonna break some chains. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you.